the women's singles semi-final stage in wheelchair tennis at the Paralympic Games of Paris 2024. A meeting between Aniek van Koot and Kamiji Yui.
Mesdames et messieurs, veuillez accueillir représentant les Pays-Bas.
Ladies and gentlemen, representing the Netherlands, please welcome Aniek van Koot.
An absolute veteran, one of the greats of the game. Aniek van Koot, 34. Winner of 57 singles titles, 127 doubles titles.
And now, representing Japan, please show your appreciation for Yui Kamiji.
And frankly, exactly the same. A veteran. Kamiji Yui of Japan, winner of 102 singles titles, 96 doubles titles. We've got world number 3 against world number 2, and they meet for the 68th time in singles competition. Kamiji is 46-21 ahead. They first met in 2012, but van Koot has been playing really well. She said in the lead up to these games she was really enjoying playing tennis. An almost reinvigorated love of the sport, and it's resulted in some strong performances here. They spent virtually the same amount of time on court so far in the singles competition. Just a few minutes difference. Kamiji Yui has had some difficult moments. One particular set, but around all of that, she's looked very strong and assured. Much the same, really, for her opponent. Both of these players have made it into the doubles final. They will be meeting again at these games. And she is attempting to get into her 3rd singles final at the Paralympic Games. Gold medalist in the doubles in Rio and Tokyo. Silver medalist in the singles in London and Rio. Also a double silver medalist in London. Six times on the podium. A guarantee of at least one more. Kamiji Yui, like her opponent at a 4th Paralympic Games, the silver medalist in the singles competition at her home games in Tokyo, bronze in the doubles, and that after taking singles bronze in Rio. And she was going to retire after the London Games, but only getting to the quarter-final stage in both competitions made her feel determined to continue and to try to accomplish even more. And how much it is she's accomplished. over to Joana Vieira, who is the chair umpire for this semi-final. So the Dutch player winning the toss of the coin, electing to receive. Aniek van Koot, 34, from the east of the country, in Gelderland province. Winterswijk, lives slightly out of that city in a village right on the German border that actually is famous for having a street where one side of it is in Germany. Very much grew up in the sport. Her parents worked in a tennis centre. She's spoken of loving how important mental strength is in the sport, and she's demonstrated that in this competition, particularly in the final set of her win over Li Xiaohui. Impressive player from China, 6-1, 7-5. More comfortable against Melanie Bob of Switzerland, 6-2, 6-3 in the first round, and then 6-love, 6-2 over Tanaka Manami of Japan in the second round. So she's showing that sought-after mental strength, is looking really strong. Kamiji Yui, first round win against Mariska Venter, 6-2, 6-1. Then beat Ksenia Shasto, 7-6, 6-love. That was a very tough win. The first set, she was 4-love up. Shasto fought back brilliantly. And then once she'd got through the first set, Kamiji eased her way into the quarter-final stage, where she beat Ju Junjun 6-1, 6-2 in just under an hour. She is from Akashi in Hyogo Prefecture in the southwest of Honshu, the largest of the main islands in the Japanese archipelago. Population of about 300,000. It's on the coast. Apparently it was designed as a castle town in the 17th century by Miyamoto Musashi. Not always easy to be sure of the veracity of some of the parts of any nation's history that are slightly tied up in legend. But we do know that Akashi was mentioned in a 7th century poem. So it really has a great deal of history to it, her hometown. And she's playing against a player from the nation that has the great history in wheelchair tennis at the Paralympic Games. Every single women's singles gold medal has gone to the Dutch.
To the left of the umpire's chair is a player who is 34 years old. Today she's competing in her 4th Paralympic Games, having participated in London, Rio and Tokyo. She's also a 5-time Paralympic medalist, including 2 golds and 3 silver medals. She reached the world #1 ranking in singles in 2013.
So one wonders, what is the key to victory for both of these two players? For her, you imagine it is in the serve and the forehand, which have really acquitted themselves strongly so far in this competition. But if she gifts Kamiji a lot to work with as a returner, where she can be so fantastic, then it could be rather tricky.
To the right of the chair.
Just to break down that
Seated second.
46-21 to Kamiji in a slightly more nuanced way.
Paralympian and a three-time
Let's look at clay particularly. It's the 11th meeting on this surface. Kamiji has won 9 of the 10 previous meetings and the last 8.
And she's been world #1 in
It's the 7th meeting actually at Roland Garros.
Please show your appreciation for you.
Kamiji has won 5 of 6. The last win for Van Koot was the 2015 French Open semi-final.
1 minute.
L'arbitre de chaise du Portugal.
So that does put into stark contrast the extent to which the 30-year-old is the favourite. It's the 4th time they've met at the Paralympics as well.
Seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, this match is going to be played at best 3 tie-break sets. Aniek van Koot won the toss and elected to receive. And the warm-up.
Mesdames et messieurs, par courtoisie envers les joueurs et les autres spectateurs, nous vous demandons de mettre tous vos téléphones mobiles et appareils audio en mode...
Those of you who've been watching the wonderful sport of wheelchair tennis for some time will be more than familiar with this fixture.
Turn all mobile phones and audio devices to silent. Thank you.
Warm-ups completed. We are ready to begin. This could be quite a long match if we see from Van Koot what we've seen so far in the competition. If Kamiji is able to take early control, it could be quite an emphatic win. In Tokyo, at the Paralympic Games in the semi-final, Kamiji won 6-2, 6-2. Van Koot won 7-6, 7-5 in London and 6-3, 4-6, 7-5 in Rio. So this is the 3rd consecutive Paralympics where they've met in the semi-final stage. The women's singles semi-final in wheelchair tennis at the Paralympic Games. Aniek van Koot of the Netherlands and Kamiji Yui of Japan. World number 3, world number 2. Place in the gold medal match goes to the winner as they meet for the 68th time in singles competition.
S'il vous plaît, merci, silence. $15.
Wasn't that exceptional?
$15. 40-15.
There we go. That is the strength of the forehand.
30.
And if Kamiji's serve presents Van Koot with opportunities, and her forehand is serving her well, then this could be tricky for the Japanese player. But her placement is very hard to combat when it's at its best.
First game.
So a hold, but with some questions asked early on.
To serve, Aniek van Koot. Mes amis, messieurs, s'il vous plaît, silence, s'il vous plaît. La 15.
As mentioned at the start of the match, the serve of Van Koot will be an interesting metric to look at. Got really caught by that return from Kamiji. Testing the movement.
Love 30. Love 40.
And early on, 3 break points for the number 2 seed. Beautiful shot, and she's in control here.
Kamiji leads 2 games to love.
Love break of serve from Kamiji Yui. Two double faults in the first game from Aniek van Koot.
Merci.
That really is very fine from Kamiji. Great baseline retrieval. Just meticulously worked to turn that point around. And then when the chance came to win it, no mistake. Two left-handed players. So that sort of shot really perfect for her. but the ability that Kamiji's got to really put movement pressure on her opponents is coming into the foreground early on in this match. First ace. And a consolidated break of serve for Kamiji Yui. She's 3-love up. It's taken fewer than 10 minutes to get there.
Ladies and gentlemen,
if you are just joining, it's the women's singles semi-final, and it's a very strong start from Kamiji Yui of Japan, who broke Van Koot in the second game.
Merci.
That's a delight. Get that so low. Lovely, smooth delivery of the ball. A shot of a very experienced player. But that's a hard return to combat. That sort of depth into that position. Got some pace on that serve.
Ladies and gentlemen, s'il vous plaît.
Joana Vieira calling the crowd to order. Just super control from Kamiji. She moved around the ball with purpose to take it on the forehand side. And that made the Dutch players stretch so much that then all the space was opened up on the other.
30-40.
Unfortunately, a third double fault now for Van Koot. Break point.
Yui Kamiji.
Well, that's a double break of serve.
Kamiji leads 4 games to 0.
World number 2, completely commanding this match. 73% of first serves in thus far for Kamiji.
Ladies and gentlemen,
She's only lost 1 point on first serve.
When the players are ready to play. Please. Thank you. Merci.
Just curled away enough to make that difficult. Three times the 34-year-old has been a Grand Slam singles champion. Her opponent, 4 years younger, 8 times a singles champion. Just went long. The idea was very understandable.
Silence, s'il vous plaît.
Brilliant start this from Kamiji. Another love game.
Kamiji leads 5 games to 0.
Minutes worth of play, and Aniek van Koot has to serve and hold serve to continue her interest in set number 1.
Time. Silence, s'il vous plaît.
Serving to keep this set going. Aniek van Koot,
Wait, please.
world number 3, having a tough time against a Kamiji Yui who has
Asseyez-vous rapidement.
started brilliantly. Just the 6th point won so far by the Dutch player. There's so much accuracy to the way that Kamiji is hitting the ball at the moment. She's giving the Dutch player so little to actually get a racket on.
Merci.
Just worked so determinedly for the opportunity as Van Koot has to wryly chuckle about it because Kamiji was impossible to get beyond. Set point. Oh, that's an incredible set from Kamiji.
6 times to love.
Conceding only 7 points in the entire set. She takes it in 20 minutes without concession of a single game. 6-love. What a start. Only 2 unforced errors from Kamiji to the 8 from Van Koot. 75% of receiving points won from the Japanese athletes. Just a masterstroke all round that. I look back at the brilliance of Kamiji Yui, frankly, in this first set. So many occasions like that where she just had an enormous amount of court to aim at.
He leads 2 games to love.
There were shots here and there from the Dutch player. Aniek van Koot finding her opportunities so limited. For the most part, it was like that. A point to conclude the set that entirely represented the set. The atmosphere throughout the Olympics and throughout the Paralympics has been superb. The whole goal of Tony Estanguet and his colleagues in the organising committee was to make the two events feel like two equal halves of a brilliant sporting summer, and it has felt like that. Packed venues, excited fans, great quality sport. It's been a joy. We're just waiting for the return of Aniek van Koot. And then the contest will resume. She is experienced enough to know her way back into a match. It's just a question of whether Kamiji affords her any opportunity to do it. But there are very few athletes in any sport in the world who have accumulated the sort of experience of winning as she has. As many victories, as many titles. Especially, she is renowned as a doubles player. 127 doubles titles, 24 Grand Slam titles. Not that she's that far behind, 96 in doubles, 21 at Grand Slam level. But perhaps most tellingly, Aniek van Koot made her first Grand Slam singles final for 2.5 years this year. The Wimbledon final before losing to her own doubles partner, Diede de Groot. And only lost 6-4, 6-4.
Second set to serve.
First time
Kamiji,
since a loss to the same player, 6-1, 6-1 in the 2022 Australian Open final. And they won the doubles title together here at Roland Garros just a matter of months ago. Should point out that at Wimbledon these two players met and it was a victory for van Koot. 5-7, 6-4, 7-5. So she has recently come from a set down to beat Kamiji Yui.
Net for some.
This is better. More emphatic in how she's taking the ball on.
15-13.
Dangerous returner, Aniek van Koot.
Merci.
Isn't this interesting? Two break points already. Well, I never.
Van Koot.
What a transformation.
New balls, please. First game, second set.
First game of the second set and the first game of the entire match that Van Koot has won.
Silence. New balls.
It's interesting to reflect on the fact that Van Koot has already in this second set won over half as many points as she did in the entirety of the first.
Love 30.
The question is whether she can actually channel that into holding serve. Played really into too comfortable a hitting zone for Kamiji to be at all concerned about.
Love 40. Game Kamiji.
Well, it may have been just a brief interruption to the established order of things. Another break of serve that ends in a double fault. And Kamiji levels this second set. Win this match and you are guaranteed a place on the Paralympic podium.
S'il vous plaît. Love 15.
But there's no doubt that this is a far more intense display in the second set, far more dictatorial on the return of serve from Aniek van Koot. That's exacerbated by the first double fault of the set from Kamiji. Second overall, the 5 from her opponent. Lots of very short points. And 3 more break points. Three break points saved. Maybe a small sense that that last one was a decent opportunity.
Advantage, Kamiji.
She looks a little frustrated with herself. Couldn't believe that she put that long.
Next, second serve. Deuce. Next, first serve.
Once more, break point opportunity for Aniek van Koot.
Van Koot. Merci. Deuce.
Really wasn't easy to take on, to actually get any form of purchase on the ball. Fascinating to realise that Kamiji has actually served as many times, in fact more now, in this second set than in the whole of the first. And her first serve is down by 17 percentage points. sometimes psychologically a player can become a little relaxed after they win a set so comfortably. Sometimes psychologically their opponent can really rise to the challenge after they've lost a set so heavily. We don't know exactly what's in the minds of these players, only they know that, but clearly there's been a strong dynamic change. Good skills on show there.
Silence, s'il vous plaît.
What a rally. The finest that we've had in the contest, and an extraordinary winner from Kamiji Yui.
Love 50.
Great movement from the pair of them.
Merci.
Van Koot just leaving slightly too much, perhaps, on that shorter ball. But we see evidence there of just how good the movement is of the veteran Japanese player.
$15.
But she is so emboldened after that first set.
30-15. Merci.
Sixth double fault of the contest, and it gives Kamiji Yui a chance to break back, and that would make it 4 consecutive breaks of serve at the start of this set. 5 consecutive and going back to the end of the first. And that's a comfortable break, isn't it? So we're still really unclear in set number 2. After winning the first 6-love, Kamiji Yui is at 2-all in the second.
Merci. Silence, s'il vous plaît. La 15.
It really has become the ultimate receiver's match. We haven't had a hold of serve since the one that came at 4-love in the first set.
Please do not speak or scream between first and second serve. Please, thank you. On.
What a lovely serve. Good effort from Van Koot just to get it back, but she was so compromised movement-wise from having to stretch. Before that, visibly fuming with her own decision-making. Great pickup, but well finished by Van Koot.
30-all.
It was a good stretch, though. The breaks of serve seem as though they're going to carry on. Indeed they do. So another break of serve.
Van Koot leads 3 games to 2.
6 in a row. Yet to hold, though, Aniek van Koot. Can she do that? And create some daylight on the scoreboard.
Players are ready, s'il s'il vous plaît.
One thing that's missing in this really strong second set from Aniek van Koot is holding serve. She's dominated on her opponent's serve.
La 15. La 30.
That was fantastic placement from Kamiji. And Koot trying to meet angle with angle.
La 40.
Triple break point once more. Just 45% of first serves in across the match. Fewer in the second set from the Dutch player. And as a result, those second serves are really easy for Kamiji to deal with. 3-all. So far, Van Koot has won only 2 out of 17 points on the second serve. So it's 12% success, and it's the same for Kamiji. Kamiji 2 out of 11 won on the second serve. You get the feeling that whoever can hold serve in this set has probably got it won. It may well only take one of them. Just one game.
Net for serve.
Yes, brilliant shot. One of the best she's played.
15-40.
It is such a good forehand at its finest. And there's the evidence of it. Never in doubt, was it? Never in doubt.
Now Koot leads 4 games to 3.
Another break, another game for Aniek van Koot, who is a lot stronger in this second set, having lost the first 6-love. She now is 2 games away from forcing a decider.
Time. Silence. S'il vous plaît.
The women's singles semi-final on Suzanne Longlong court. The final, something that both of these players have experienced. Van Koot has actually taken 2 gold medals, both in doubles competition. Lovely, great placement on the backhand.
15 on.
Such stunning defensive play again from Kamiji, but it was accompanied by great shot selection. And that one into the corner, looping away
15,
through the error.
30.
But such calculated and graceful movement around the court from the Japanese athlete. Nonetheless, there's a glimpse of a chance for a hold of serve.
30 on.
This could be the moment.
40, 30.
Game point. We haven't had a hold of serve for Van Koot in the entire match.
Merci.
It did have an air of inevitability about it after the lengthy delay. Such a hard position to be in. And the ball toss isn't quite right. Break point to Kamiji. Still, it's the best position she's been in on serve. One-hour mark of the contest. Only 20 minutes of that was the opening set. Good return, decent depth. But she is having to work much harder for the break of serve. The problem is that only 9 of 25 first serves have gone in for Van Koot in this second set. That added to a fourth double fault to the set, an 8th overall, gives Kamiji a break point. Second.
Merci.
And we do get the break anyway, despite the efforts of Aniek van Koot. So it is 4 apiece in this second set of the women's singles semi-final. After Kamiji Yui raced to the first, this has proven much harder. And somebody managed to get a hold of serve in these last few games. Oh, a missed opportunity perhaps.
30-50.
The space had opened up enticingly. Fantastic movement from Van Koot. Big point as well.
30.
Just push that with enough length. Forced too awkward a shot from Kamiji.
Merci.
Still, Kamiji has only won 2 points on second serve in the match.
34.
Oh, it did come back in. It looked like it was going to drift long, but it didn't. And it's another break.
And it leads 5 games to 4.
Yet again, we ask ourselves the question, can somebody get the hold of serve here? Can Van Koot force a decider? Serving for the second set, Aniek van Koot. But we haven't had any holds of serve in this set so far. An extraordinary 10 consecutive breaks of serve, 5 per player.
Line 15.
Really the best opportunity for that to change was the previous Van Koot service game. That's where she did have some game points. No mistake there. The sort of shot she plays ever so well. With plenty of court to work with, didn't have to go too aggressively for the line. A huge point is coming up now. 5-4, 30 all. Would you have imagined this at the end of the first set? Now then, it's a set point.
40-30.
Really good pressure put on Kamiji on the baseline. Pressure put on her in the match, full stop. How a first serve is needed here. To a deciding set we go. Almost implausibly, considering that Kamiji took the first 6-love. But in almost an hour-long second set, the great veteran Aniek van Koot has extended this match to a decider. Lovely, isn't it, to see fans from other sports, other delegations here, the Dutch goalball team, coming to enjoy the atmosphere. And we've got an intriguing deciding set to follow. 51 minutes. Still a high unforced error count from the pair of them. Just one hold of serve in a match that saw, or a set that saw 2/3 of the receiving points won. That hold of serve coming right at the end. A very unexpected second set after what Kamiji produced in the first. Van Koot putting a lot more pressure on the Japanese player. Most of the points were actually quite short, but there were some big rallies here and there. This was the biggest of all of them. It seemed that the point had been won. Kamiji chased it down and produced the perfect cross-court lob. But as things went on, so Van Koot got stronger and stronger. Looked as though she'd got the point won there. Did it anyway. Splendid sense of atmosphere at Roland Garros on court Suzanne Longlon in the wheelchair tennis women's singles semi-final between Aniek van Koot and Kamiji Yui, world number 3, world number 2. And it has unexpectedly gone into a deciding set, considering that the Japanese player won the first 6-love. What's been so striking since then is how Kamiji has lost that first serve percentage. It's gone from 80% down to 62, and the points won on the first serve has gone from 92 down to 48. That's one of the starkest changes that you'll ever really see in a tennis match from one set to another. Her placement perhaps has not been quite as tidy, but certainly Van Koot's returning has been brilliant. More demonstratively trying to be the aggressor. is interesting is that even though Van Koot has produced far more unforced errors in the second set, she still found a way through it, despite there being just one hold of serve. It's not often that a player gets to a third set having held serve once in the match. Set number 3, the women's singles semi-final. Suzanne Longlong Court of Roland Garros and the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games.
Final sets.
Kamiji Yui, world number 2, and the runner-up in this competition in Tokyo at her home games to serve, having won the first 6-love, but having lost the second 6-4 to the two-time runner-up in the singles competition.
Mesdames et messieurs, silence, s'il vous plaît.
Drops it in perfectly. She's really made life unpleasant for Kamiji on the return of serve. So rarely has Kamiji been able to actually control a point when serving. It was happening a lot in the first set, but since then, seldom. She has a game point here at the start of the third set. Beautiful serve, that. Well, that is the first hold of serve for Kamiji Yui since she went 5-love up in the first set. And does that allow her to turn the page on the previous set? It certainly will create a pressurising situation if she can break here.
S'il vous plaît, nos amis, monsieur, silence, s'il vous plaît.
That's the right way to go about it. Beautiful, amazingly that cleared the net. Such a low strike.
30-50.
Is this going to be one of those strange topsy-turvy matches where now we get a set where everyone keeps holding? Perhaps not. Literally threw everything she had at it. Perfect placement. Incredible movement from Van Koot to try to get there. That was a touch of such intelligence.
Advantage. Van Koot.
played her way out of difficulty fantastically there, Kamiji. Was far back, was having to play from the wings. Kept the ball controlled.
Advantage, Kamiji.
Some daylight created on the scoreboard by Kamiji Yui, a hold and then a break at the beginning of set number 3. Is this going to more strongly resemble set number 1? She's been way better with getting the first serves in set 3 so far. She's won considerably more points on the first serve in terms of percentages. 48 in set 2, 67 in set 3. But if the placement isn't spot on, if she doesn't make Van Koot work, then it's going to be another break. So strong is the Dutch player's receiving game. We find ourselves in a familiar position. And this time it's Van Koot who demonstrates brilliant defensive play to force the error. It means that although she does trail by a break of serve, or rather although she does trail in this third set, we're back with serve. such a beautiful setting and a very pleasant day as well. Not a great deal of cloud coverage. A lot of court coverage though in the wheelchair tennis at Roland Garros and at Paris 2024. On we go in set number 3. A place in the gold medal match awaits. Wasn't that delightful? Beautiful execution.
15 all. Silence, s'il vous plaît.
Nicely played. Really had to change direction to steer that properly. Shifted the body. That was great control. This is looking a lot better on serve.
40-30.
Game point to the world number 3. Third time in a row that they've met each other in the Paralympic Games women's singles semi-final. Kamiji victorious in Tokyo. Van Koot victorious in Rio. Unclear here in Paris.
Silence, s'il vous plaît. Love 50.
Good coverage. And made the right decision when she got there, crucially.
30-15.
Really put Van Koot under pressure. No, that's brilliant. Lovely shot. How well she read it too. Oh, a stunner. Brilliant.
40.
Now maybe here Kamiji will feel that she just didn't quite get the angle she needed going cross court. But nonetheless, that was high quality. No mistake that time. The angle was exceptional there. And it had to be.
Deuce.
That had been just a little lacking in trajectory, Van Koot would have been there. One of those sorts of shots where she gave Van Koot something to work with. The next 2 points have been emphatic from Kamiji. But that's another beautiful piece of play down the line from an experienced athlete who knows how to win big matches. And who perhaps senses that she's got the potential here to make the breakthrough, and she's right.
Advantage, Van Koot.
Let's go.
Second break point in this game. Hit. A stunning shot at a big moment in this match, because suddenly, having chased the game, she's in the lead. What a time to move 3-2 and a break up.
et messieurs, silence, s'il vous plaît. Love 50.
If she consolidates here, that's 4 games in a row.
Love 30. S'il vous plaît. Love 40.
And yet it has all become so much more complicated again. Three break-back points immediately for Kamiji.
Next, person.
The break accomplished. Parity in this third set for the first time. 3-all. Still, we are unclear as to a favourite in this women's singles semi-final.
S'il vous plaît. Silence, s'il vous plaît. Love 50.
Could well be now that one hold of serve is decisive in securing one of these players a place in the final. Might only take just one decent game, one where the first serve percentage goes up a little. Maybe one where you get just a touch of fortune. Easier said than done. And we have to remember this is an enormously high stakes occasion for these two very experienced athletes.
Sergio.
It is the 17th break of serve that we've had in this contest, and it puts Aniek van Koot 4-3 ahead. But this contest has taught us that you can't count chickens before they've hatched. The hold of serve is very hard to accomplish. If she can do it, she'll be a game away from victory.
Time. Players are ready. Merci.
Absolutely brilliant. Just the right shot. It's how low she manages to keep that that's so destructive. Well, this has got to be considered more than a half chance for Aniek van Koot. That was cleverly done. Realised that Van Koot's movement was going to make it really hard for her to retrieve that. If she went to that side of the court. Again, she gets the placement right. Mostly it has been with that sort of shot. Another break, 4-all. And this really extraordinary match continues to confuse us and continues to keep us guessing. So we have now had only 2 holds of serve in this second set, we only had third set, we only had one hold of serve in the second. Massive roar of come on from Aniek van Koot. A shake of the head from Kamiji Yui. What a fine point that was from Kamiji. It was right at the start of it. She read a wider delivery from Van Koot so well. She'd set off to chase it down. It's in. That looked as though it was heading long. Game point at 4-all to intensify hugely the pressure on her. Brilliantly played by Van Koot. Is there a suggestion during that rally that Kamiji had a chance and didn't take it? Maybe allowed the Dutch player to get back into the exchange. No. He's got so many of those spot on.
Advantage. Kamiji.
The game is hers. And now an enormous challenge awaits Aniek van Koot, as they are hopeful that it might be another Japanese player in another final in this great sport. coming up to the 2-hour mark of this semi-final in the women's singles competition, the Paris 2024 Paralympics. And having effected a quite extraordinary comeback in this match, losing the first set 6-love, Aniek van Koot, the number 3 seed, now finds herself with a hugely pressure situation, ball in hand. She must hold. And she has only managed to do that on 2 occasions in this match.
Merci, s'il vous plaît, silence, merci.
Goodness, she was made to work hard for that point, Kamiji, but kept her cool.
Love 50.
Was close, agonisingly wide. And now the Japanese player requires only 2 further points.
Merci. Love force.
The pressure intensifies. The moment of victory for her gets closer. 3 match points on the Van Koot serve.
S'il vous plaît.
She wins it, and she goes into her 2nd consecutive singles final at the Paralympic Games. Kamiji Yui will have the opportunity to win 2 gold medals here in Paris. A singles and doubles finalist. 6-love, 4-6, 6-4 in over 2 hours of play. She is guaranteed yet another Paralympic Games medal, and she has had to work with absolute ferocity for that opportunity. No question, by some way her hardest match at these games. What an accomplishment to make both the singles and doubles final. First from her nation to do it. Kamiji Yui, the number 2 seed, is the winner, and she goes into her 2nd consecutive Paralympic Games women's singles final. Commiserations to Aniek van Koot. Leading the applause there was Kamiji Yui, who's always gracious in victory. Two hours and 4 minutes. An absolutely back and forth, unpredictable match. Lots of break points, but how efficient Kamiji was when she got them. 11 out of 13 taken. Despite the 45 winners of the Dutch player, It is the Japanese athlete who is into the final.
Alors comme vous voyez, Yui Kamiji est en train de signer maintenant des balles de tennis officielles Paris 2024, puis elle va les lancer dans le public. Donc si vous voulez un souvenir de ce match énorme, faites du bruit pour qu'elle vous voie.
Our winner is now signing some official Paris 2024 tennis balls and will hit them into the crowd. So make some noise if you'd like to catch a memory from this match.
Some prized souvenirs there to be grasped by the fans at Roland Garros on Suzanne Longlong Court. And we are close to finding out who will meet Kamiji Yui in the gold medal match. Van Koot will go for bronze. A chance for her to get yet another Paralympic Games medal, and she may win yet another doubles title. And this is how it happened. This is how an extraordinary match with twists and turns aplenty came to its conclusion. A contest defined by breaks of serve more than holds of serve, and some really extraordinary rallies as Kamiji's great movement was tested and showcased. The contest ended as so many of the points did, with a winner directly from serve.